This is everything else. Yeah.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Everything Else. Drum roll, please. I don't think you actually hit a single drum.
No, they're here.
On that entrance. I am Marcus the Grand Finale, and I'm joined by not one, not two, but all three faces of Jamal. Jamal, how are you doing today on this Wednesday, Everything Else Wednesday, or whatever?
It's the third day of the week, so you know we have ETE going on. We toss the threes up here.
We toss the threes? Oh, we the threes.
We the threes.
We don't know who the twos are, but we ain't the twos. We ain't the threes. We the threes.
With the twos, that's the threes. That's five. For those that can't count, we the master of the five.
I have to a five, or you can do the Big E's 5 count, or whichever 5 count. So we have a jam-packed show in store for you. We have reached the half point, or just a little bit over the half point of the year for professional wrestling for all brands, and we're gonna go over some of our moments, matches, wrestlers, key storylines, moments like sales and new shows and whatnot, and backstage drama, all the stuff that has happened this year, so far this year in professional wrestling. Jamal, the first question is, how do you feel the year of 2023 has gone so far, just in general?
It has been an unpredictable year, to say the least. Like, you know, a year ago, think about this time a year ago. CM Punk and Kenny Omega and company beating the shit out of each other and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We thought he would never return. The fact that Roman Reigns passed 1,000 days. You know, he wasn't even at 1,000 days yet, but now he's 1,000 days, like, well beyond. The whole bloodline storyline, like Sami Zayn was a lackey and now he's a tag team champion, like, you know. But Alex Shelley is a world champion. Cesaro is a world champion. Like, these are things that we are saying. And Trinity is in Impact Wrestling. Fucking Willow Nightingale is a women's champion in New Japan. Like, this is crazy stuff.
Not anymore. She is no longer that champion. She was.
You get what I'm saying.
She was. Julia snatched that shit from her, like, nah.
Yeah, of course. Julia beat the hell out of that motherfucker. Goddamn.
Give me that goddamn title back. How dare you? Bring over here with your dynamite drama shit. No. Oh. Yeah, so in this year, I think we've overall had a pretty good 2023. I think the wrestling business as a whole has been pretty much striving. You're getting record numbers from WWE and AEW from all their sales. The announcement of All In, still no match announced, still something to be in the future, but already a success with selling 75,000 whatever.
5,000 seats.
Yes, and then on you have the MJF run as champion. We're seeing what that
finally he's won the world title. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy too.
You have
Cesaro's Ring of Honor world champion. You know,
Blackpool Combat Club feuding with the Elite. Seemed like that's been going on forever.
Bryan Danielson beating Okada clean, making that motherfucker tap
with a broken freaking arm.
Oh my god, what is happening with the world?
And then coming up. Even I believe on this night they're announcing their 5th person. They're going to add Kota Ibushi probably to the Blood and Guts match. That'd be, I believe, next week on Dynamite. So a lot of things happening. A lot of drawbacks in both companies, or things that are behind the scenes. Not drawbacks, but behind the scenes that's been going on with the WWE finally sold to and merged with Endeavor with the UFC happening. You have their network deals, both shows network deals coming up. With AEW, I think getting some type of extension with Warner Brothers Discovery. I think they announced $1 billion deal a while ago, but then it's been quiet ever since. But I believe they're going to soon have another announcement about that. You have just the struggle of trying to put on a wrestling show without Vince McMahon tampering in WWE. That backstory.
He's been tampering for fucking over 50 years. Like, he's
in the back.
We know he's in the fucking back. Like, stop. Let's stop the badness. Like, you know what I mean?
He's going to be interfered. Vince McMahon changed the show. He's been changing the show. He's been tearing up scripts.
Always was doing that. Like there's no difference. There's no difference.
And I believe it came out today. WWE is outselling the Attitude Era in merchandise, which sounds insane to me because that was the boom period of professional wrestling for those who weren't alive. That's where it's Steve Austin, Rock, and DX, and everybody's selling shirts. Everybody's making money, and to be outselling Steve Austin is impressive.
Like we're talking like not only WWE sales, but WCW sales. Goldberg was selling shit. DDP. NWO, black and white, red and black, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, LWO shirts fucking through the roof, fucking like, it's just a whole bunch of things. They were selling Misfits in Action shirts. Come on, dog. Like, get out of here.
Yes. How did these have merchandise moving and shit? It was ridiculous. Everybody got money. But with that being said, Jamal, what would you say would have been the highlight or the main story for 2023 in the world of professional wrestling? This could be anywhere, Impact, whatever. I don't care.
So, there's a lot that has happened with like all the different companies, but still, right now, to this day, it's 3 years running. Nothing is topping what the Bloodline storyline is doing. Like nothing is stopping it. Like you might as well give Jey Uso an Academy Award, an Emmy, a Tony, a fucking just give him the freaking this is storyline. This is storytelling at its finest. This is the best damn thing on television right now.
Yeah,
better than House of Dragons, better than freaking Dexter, Breaking Bad. This is storytelling. And just the fact that, we're big wrestling aficionados and stuff like that. But, that just adds to the drama, to the intrigue of what's going on here.
What's going on next?
So much highs and lows.
3
years worth.
Yeah, 3 years worth of just that earned this spot where they're at being the number one storyline in all of just wrestling. And even in just TV entertainment, it's just compelling. Yes, sometimes it's only 10 minutes of TV on SmackDown, but that 10 minutes is normally the best. If you think about this year, one of my moments of the year, and I think the moment of the year for me personally, just the way it was produced and everything happened.
The moment of the year
so far. And and this is not taken away from anything else, whether it was Mania or Double or Nothing, whatever, or matches wise, but moment of the year, Sami Zayn turning on Roman Reigns to save KO, and just the drama that was all around that moment is just imprinted. I think most people mind as the third gear of the Bloodline story that really took it to that next level of him hitting Roman with the bat. There's the flowers all over the place. Jey Uso walks away because he can't attack Sami Zayn as Jimmy is there going what do I do?
Just for him to now be in Sammy's position is just insane to me. And then it's just if you go back, even back further than that, when they were fighting for the role of tribal chief, who was Roman Reigns choking out that made Jey Uso quit? Exactly. This is what we're talking about. It's just nice little slow burns. They're doing what New Japan has done for years. Everything is a fucking slow burn until it crescendos to this wonderful fucking thing. And we're going to talk about that later on with the Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega.
Yeah. The one difference I have between this and New Japan and everything and the slow burns is it's not like New Japan's built around, let's get to the match. With the Bloodline, it's what the hell are they going to say next? It's not over the top. It's not Steve Austin driving in a fucking beer truck. It's not 5-star matches or anything. They're good matches. There's been a lot of good ones. There's been bangers. But more importantly, you want to hear what's coming out next. If you go to the previous week on SmackDown, the trial of the tribal chief, completely made up random segment that they really had much for. But you get Roman on his knees, crying and lying.
Real tears.
And you're just what the hell? Everybody's delivering on all ends in this thing. You got Solo, who is probably benefiting the most of everybody. I'm sure the Usos been elevated. Roman was already that dude. But Solo coming from NXT, I believe still this year, like coming from NXT to being the crowd is chanting Solo whenever he just looks at somebody or he's about to do something, or you don't know, is he considering turning on Roman tonight and taking the role as tribal chief, or is he turning on his brothers and all that? So you have all this drama built up, and it's just like, and it just gets better and better. Eventually, it's going to come to an end, and I believe it's this year. And I asked for the future of this storyline. For you, Jey Uso, is he the guy to beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? Because I'm assuming that's going to be the match. They haven't announced it, but
it's going to be the match. Roman is definitely holding that motherfucker until WrestleMania. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble this next year is going to take that title off of Roman Reigns. And if Jey Uso loses, then I have him winning the Royal Rumble this year. You heard it here first.
Jey Uso to win the Rumble. Like, let's talk about, and we're going to talk about other things too. It's not just going to be Bloodline, but it's a lot that happened with the Bloodline just in general that covers this. Jey Uso could be, and maybe, in most people's eyes, the MVP of all of wrestling. The work ethic of working all the shows, SmackDown, or the WWE shows, Raw and SmackDown, on a consistent basis, doing both. When he was tag team champions, and even when they lost the titles, and him and Sammy in that storyline.
It was like a storyline within the storyline. Like,
it branched out. You have him in his matches, and then you have his basically his acting and just character driven, like just being elevated. Like he was called main event Uso in the year 2022. In 2023, he is legit just main event Jey Uso. Like it's the thing happening, and you know what? I would be okay if he beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Like I would be like, you know what? That is that is a well-deserved story. We've come full circle in these 3 years. Jay can handle it for a little bit. Is he the champion by the time we get to WrestleMania? Maybe not. But if he were the one to end Roman, I'll be like, you know what? That's it.
Can you imagine a fatal four-way between Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Roman Reigns for this World Heavyweight Championship? Like, what that would mean? Like, and this is like a Jey Uso ran as a champion type thing. It'll be Jimmy trying to fucking, hey, I'm better, or I believe I'm the echelon of all three of you, because Solo, Jimmy, Roman, Solo, Jay, Roman, they already elevated. It's Jimmy that's in question, even though 2 years ago or a year prior, before he was injured, he was Mr. Iron Man of WWE. Like he wrestled almost 1,000+ matches without getting injured and stuff like that. So and then Solo Sikoa, like you said, this man has went from NXT freaking Street Fighter or whatever the hell, and now he's like the tribal chief's right hand now. He's not even he took the right hand from Jey Uso.
Yes,
and literally did that. But you could see the little, hey, I could be tribal chief.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine a fatal four-way between these four for the title? That would be a wonderful crescendo of what the Bloodline could do. And then at the end of it all, regardless of whoever wins, we all win at the end of the day.
Yeah, with the storyline, just the way it's being pushed, it's just like everybody win. I haven't seen in WWE a faction get so many people over since, I guess, Evolution would be probably the last one. Would be
the last time that I can remember that everybody was over and everybody was a world champion. I'll be Ric Flair was way behind his time at that point, but even Ric Flair was winning intercontinental championships after the fact.
He was elevated because Ric Flair was just on the card back in before Evolution. He was just around, and he even got elevated because of Evolution. But we'll see where this goes with the Bloodline. Now on the other side of this, we have more storylines, more stuff to go over. But Jamal, what would be your wrestling match of the year, first half of the year so far?
It's tough, right? Especially since Forbidden Door just happened. Thinking of Bryan Danielson freaking making Okada tap out. Even the fact that Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega 2, I think that was Like, even Will Ospreay Omega won at the Wrestle Kingdom at the Tokyo Dome was incredible, and then they follow it up with number 2 at Forbidden Doors, just like but then Money in the Bank happened, and that was literally the greatest tag match I've ever seen in the history of pro wrestling.
Oh, wow.
And I've watched the Shield versus the Wyatt family, rest in peace Brody Lee. I've watched that match over and over again if I want to see some good ass tag team wrestling. Speaking of tag team wrestling, rest in peace Jay Briscoe. The Briscoes versus FTR trilogy is incredible. Incredible. Like, there's no denying it. Like, that's some of the best tag team wrestling I've ever seen, even though it was like hardcore-esque and GCW shit. Like, but again, like the storytelling, the compelling nature of it, and then obviously with the tragedy of Jay Briscoe, it just elevates it even more. We're talking about it now, like, and we got more to come. Mark Briscoe's about to challenge for the world title, the Ring of Honor world title, doing something that Jay Briscoe's done twice over, and like, there's still more to come. Still more. All right.
But you have to choose. What is the match of the first half? What's your first half match? There are no wrong answers. Are you going with the Money in the Bank, or are you going with Ospreay and Kenny? Because it seems like you were leaning towards that.
I think we're forgetting a component too, like Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair.
Oh no, I have
for the house down at WrestleMania. Like, it was the best match of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It literally was the best match of WrestleMania. Better than freaking Sammy and Kevin beating the Usos. Better than fucking Roman and Cody. Better than that. And Cody finishing the story, like, ruined. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Better than Omos and Brock. I'm sorry saying that.
It was literally the best match of WrestleMania this year. 2 women went to WrestleMania and stole the fucking show.
Yeah, they had an absolute classic. But on top of that, I think that, again, you brought him up earlier with the Okada match. Bryan Danielson MJF is nothing to sleep on. The Iron Man match. That match,
incredible.
That match banged. It was just like, it was the fastest 60-minute match I think I've ever seen in my life, because it was just the cardio. It wasn't a slow pace. It was nonstop, well paced,
on bumpers, on go.
Like, they were just battling the entire time, and it was just like, oh wow, this is taking place right now. Like, and it was questions going in. Could MJF hang in a 60-minute match with anybody, right? That's what's the story going in. You knew Bryan Danielson, he got the body of work. He can do anything, yada, yada. But just the way that match went off, and the year MJF has actually had in ring has been just,
winning
one of those,
the
like,
world title
like,
as one of the 4 pillars, the first of the 4 pillars to fucking win the world title. That's
the last, if it's up to me. The last. But just the year he's had, even recently, his draw with Adam Cole and stuff like that. And I know I'm talking about just MJF in general and not just his matches, but just his matches in general with that one, and even the Ethan Page on Collision was a solid match. It wasn't the greatest match, but it was a solid match, because that's the doubt that Ethan Page was going to win. It was like, it's no way.
MJF has the uncanny ability to make himself look good and make everyone else around him better too, just by being in the ring with him. And not a lot of wrestlers can do that. You see this a lot with like wrestlers like Okada, not so much Tanahashi anymore. Maybe Tanahashi back in the day, like 06, 07, Tanahashi. Yeah. Okada can do this. Who am I thinking of? John Moxley has the ability to do this. Seth Rollins has the ability to do this. This is like Roman Reigns has the ability to do this. John Cena has the ability to do this, even though he didn't. He didn't do Austin Theory no favors losing the way that he did. It could have been a way better match, but I guess he had to fucking do some Hollywood shit. So
I'm not getting hurt. I'm not costing my money. I got $20 million of Hollywood over here.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you get in my way for that. I ain't taking no real bumps. But yeah, I'm going to go with my match being Ospreay versus Omega, 1 in Tokyo Dome. Just because 2 had the weird finish with Don Callis and all that nonsense that went on at the end. and one was just a
So you
straight up
think
victory.
so you think the Don Callis thing took away from what 2 could have been?
Yeah, I thought the all the shenanigans around at the end and the security guards and being thrown out from ringside, coming back, like all of that was just a distraction
It took you out the match.
It took me out at the end.
I didn't let it take me out the match, but it took you out the match. I got you.
Yeah. So who was yours? What was your match? What was your final one? Is it's Ripley and Charlotte?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. I'm just gonna say that because it's literally the women's match that stole the show this year. Like 2 women did this, not the main event. Like it's one thing to have like Bianca Belair and Sasha main event. It's one thing to Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, Charlotte to main event. They didn't main event, and they were the best match on the fucking card.
You know, the tragedy of that victory, though, the tragedy of all that with that match happening is something I'm going to add to just things where we can improve on the year. Just something that could have been better, that you thought would have been better. And it has to be the women's division in WWE. Like, for me, I feel like it's just been lacking in storylines, like, or just character development. Like, Bianca had that 3-year run, but there's not really a memorable moment per se. She had some matches, like even the match with Asuka at Mania, it was solid, but not really much build, not really many opponents. Rhea Ripley, since winning that title, hasn't really had an opponent like since like April.
A legit opponent.
Yeah, there's some natty run-ins.
She's this mega star, and she's fucking beating on fleas. Natalia, I'm looking at you. Even though you had a banger of a match on Raw the last time that you had the match.
That's that match, but that was it.
Like, those are what Natalia matches should look like, but you know, who the fuck am I? I don't know fucking nothing.
So my main thing of the year for improvement for both the 2 major companies, AEW, WWE, it's just been women's wrestling in general. AEW gives you 1 segment a week, and it's probably more than likely it's not good. It's probably like you either get a 50-50, like, oh wait, we have a match here tonight, or it's like, I don't know what we're getting tonight. Like, they haven't really featured a lot of the women on their show, as well as WWE hasn't really did a good job booking. Like, Becky's stuck in the Trish Stratus feud. It's fine to have this feud, but it's like more can be done. More can be done.
You brought somebody to pass to try to elevate the future, which is fine. But again, I'm packing Trish the fuck up too. She can still go, but I'm packing her the fuck up. I've seen you. I know. Whoa, it's time to rock and roll. You're a WWE Hall of Famer. Get the fuck off my screen. Go home. Go to your husband. Go to your kids. Do mom milk shit. Go home. I'm
okay with her marriage is always stuck. I feel like that's helping
others take the TV time. Let others take TV time. It's to the point where fucking people are going back to NXT. Dana Brooke is down in NXT fucking trying
Dana Brooke should be fired.
I mean, she's working hard. I'm not gonna say she elevated the 24/7 championship, but she tried. You see what I'm saying? That's more than I can say for most people who had the belt, other than R-Truth.
Nah, but I'm not gonna even give her like she's not. It's nothing there for me with Dana Brooke. Like I feel like
that's my thing. You say this right, but Liv Morgan was doing the same thing a year ago when she became world champion.
Okay? Yeah, I didn't like that either.
But look at Liv now.
Tag team champion, which means
she's still Jersey gutter trash to me, but I respect the fact that she's in the ring doing the work. She's now a better wrestler than Sarah Logan, aka Valhalla. She is now up to snuff with Ruby Soho. She's now up to snuff. Not there, but up to snuff with her. Okay. Out of the Riot Squad, she's number 2 now.
I think I'm giving her that number 1 spot, to be honest.
You're gonna give her the number 1 spot.
Over Ruby.
Soho the fucking the nod. Especially after she wins this Owen Hart fucking Memorial Tournament.
She ain't winning. I don't even know who's in this.
She's gonna beat the hell out of Sky Blue, and then whoever
Who's
the
left?
fuck else is gonna be there.
Who's left in the tournament? Is it just her and Sky Blue? I honestly don't know the
No,
bracket.
that's a semi. That's a semi-final. The semi-final, whatever the fuck. So
who's in the other side of this bracket? Fuck, I don't even
I
remember. Is it
forget.
Willow? Oh, we haven't had the Willow and Athena match. That's what it is.
Yeah. So whoever
So,
wins
I
that,
got Willow winning this and just beating
Willow's gonna
whoever.
definitely win, so that puts her in position to go after the Ring of Honor Women's Championship, but she won't win the tournament.
Yeah.
She'll lose the tournament and then win the title.
Yeah, but I believe both sides, though, just in general in wrestling.
They all need to take cues. They all need to take cues. Women's wrestling wise, you gotta look at Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling for the past 5 years now has been the most consistent, complete roster of nobodies and somebodies put together, and they make compelling storylines and then make nobodies somebodies.
Yeah, I feel like what Impact does with women's wrestling and have done, this isn't just their year, this is something they have been doing, is that when you watch an Impact show and a women's segment happen, you don't go, oh, this is the women's segment. It feels it's just a part of the show. It just flows.
It's another segment.
I feel like Impact and NXT kind of just throws women's segments out there, as in this is just normal, and instead of Raw, SmackDown, or AEW, it's like, here's your one segment and one woman we're going to talk about for the week. As in, those shows actually feature other women in storylines, whether it's in tag teams or singles or for the heavyweight title or whatever. They all have their ongoing stories going on. And, Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, whatever, Collision, whatever, all these other, the top two, they don't really feature women's wrestling like that. And, and it's just like, what the hell? Why is it taking a backseat? It seems like we were going they were pushing in a further direction now. Seems like in the last year, they have pushed everything back.
Right. I mean, AEW is trying to make a little push. I mean, they got three women's divisions to worry about. The TBS, the AEW Women's, and the fucking Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Athena has been slowly, if you've been trying to keep Honor real, Athena's been slowly making her case as one of the better champions that is in the women's approach. Right now, she's been beating everybody. Right now, small names and big names. Chris Statlander just defeated this undefeated streak, so she's trying to get on her come up. How about hold up? No, I'm gonna stay on women. I'm gonna talk about somebody else in AEW who's had an incredible run.
We can go at the run. We can move on from the improvement for women and stuff.
Having this amazing run with this international championship, and it came literally out of nowhere. I'm thinking he's about to hot potato this motherfucking title, and he's just been winning match after match after match after match after match after match after match.
Okay. So this is one of the questions. This is one of the questions I had on here. It's not because I was going to say who's been the best champion, but I was like, no, because that's an easy one to pick. You can easily pick either MJF, Roman, or whoever. But, however, when I add the question, who's the best mid-card champion there's been out right now, who would you consider that?
It's Gunther, Trey Miguel as X Division champion, or fucking Orange Cassidy as the international champion. Those are my three. Ooh. Those are my three right there. Trey Miguel as X Division champion was good ass shit. You know what I'm saying? He fucking drew the X on the fucking X Division championship, to face the title. Wonderful stuff. Being a good heel. It's crazy. Gunther as the Intercontinental champion, incredible. There's nothing we can say. It's Gunther. It's Gunther.
Yeah. He's not having a bad match out there or in the streets, but
classic with Sheamus at fucking Clash at the Castle. Fucking he's just been beating the fuck out of everybody who's been
Mania. They beat the shit out of each other and
knocking them down.
Yeah,
knocking them down. You put him up, knock him down, especially when it counts. He might fucking be dethroned or whatever not on fucking Raws and SmackDowns or whatever not. When it counts, he fucking shows up and he fucking you're just like, damn. You don't even get mad. Damn.
What I'm gonna do about this? So who you got, Orange Cassidy or Gunther? Because I believe that's kind of who it comes down to, in my opinion. I personally, I'm going to actually give the nod to Orange Cassidy, and didn't think I ever do that.
Yes.
But,
so here's the reason why I'm gonna give it to Orange Cassidy, right? Because the type of style that Orange Cassidy is doing, like, comedic wrestling, is very hard to do, and it's very like, some people might, it takes you out the illusion just a tad, but how he's doing it and who he's beating and the people that he's beating for the like championships is just like incredible. I mean, he beat Shibata, Zack Sabre Jr., and Danny Garcia in the same fucking match.
well, if you want to talk about matches, he defended in the 21-man battle royal.
He defended and came in Swerve. Like, what the fuck? I was sure Swerve was gonna win that match.
Yeah. His match with Swerve this year, like, he's been more consistent than all of them. Of all the champions, honestly, wrestling right now, he's the most fighting of all the champions. He started, like, at least, I want to say 10 of the last 15 Dynamites.
Seth Rollins
he's currently wrestling tag teams.
Seth Rollins trying to make a case. Fucking Carmelo's trying to make his case. Athena's making her case.
But here's one that I think that, people do, I think, sleep on mid-card titles. Wesley's title run is on the card with basically like Trey Miguel's of just having just really quality matches on a consistent basis. He was doing open challenges similar to Orange Cassidy, defended on a weekly basis, having a bunch of fatal four-ways, triple threats for the titles. All good matches. I don't think he's had a horrible
match. Yeah, he hasn't had a bad match in quite some time. And I think, like, it's I don't know if it's that they don't have eyes on NXT, but a lot of WWE fans don't give two fucks about NXT, and that's a damn shame because they're doing some amazing things down there. Albeit that fucking NXT underground bullshit that they're trying to fucking.
Oh no! I enjoyed that match. I don't care. I'm
just saying. Like, there's so much things that they can do besides that, but like, NXT is like the B show that's actually the C show, but it's not like a C show. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are just not watching it. It's like Ring of Honor is the C show of fucking AEW.
Yeah. And, Dana B, I believe in the 2022, they didn't really associate with NXT. It was the Vince McMahon red era, and he kind of just like hated everything about NXT and its existence because I guess he thought it was a fear to his throne when Triple H was running it, or whatever the case may be. But they didn't actually, push it. Now it seems like in the recent weeks they are putting more emphasis on NXT by like sending, and I know he's not the biggest star, Baron Corbin down. They have the Judgment Day help recently.
Ali down there,
Mustafa Ali.
Earlier mentioned, Dana Brooke has got sent down. They're sending people down to elevate the young up and comings up, and that's good and it's bad. I mean, Dolph Ziggler was fucking world champion last year for NXT. Like, get the fuck out of here. What's he doing now? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. He's here to show.
No, the thing is, I don't even think about Dolph until he randomly shows up.
Exactly my point.
Oh, with the new integration, I think it is put more eyes on there. Like, they put the Judgment Day on this week, and then they Wesley will fight Dominic Mysterio, and they're trying to do as much as they can to put more eyes on it. I know when they put Seth on there to fight Breaker, it drew a good number for NXT. And I think they want to continue that momentum of probably each week for a minute. We're probably going to get some of these main roster show ups or people
who's
just showing
not
up to
doing
help
nothing.
out.
Get somebody that's not doing nothing to go down there. Send Bronson Reed to show who he's the fucking big bad. He's the final boss and fucking do some fucking shit. Send who's not doing nothing. Send Austin Theory down there all day. A-Town down. Fucking his ass down there.
Yeah. Gargano's free. Ciampa can always go back and make an appearance. Oh no, they're in the middle of stuff right now. They're in the middle.
Let them do main roster shit. I need Miz and Ciampa to have a good program. I need that. Miz can make anybody look fucking good. Miz is underrated as a fucking pro wrestler anyway. People don't focus on that nigga's name.
That is the next question. Underrated so far in the year, or most improved, or something along that line, breakthrough. Who would you have as someone that's like come out of pretty much nowhere and like made themselves into something out of just kind of nowhere. It's just like, oh shit, this is so and so doing this. I didn't see this coming, or what? What's your biggest surprise so far of 2023? Is basically the question.
I'm gonna have to say, shit, like all throughout everything. Yeah, man, like fuck. I mean, for me, that would be like, I know Pretty Deadly was fucking over, but like, they're over now, and so LA Knight too. Like, LA Knight has went from like, he's on the Bobby Roode fucking John Moxley type deal, and now he's fucking LA Knight. Yeah, like
Knight, where it's
saying
why
like,
isn't he on the show? LA Knight people and people talking about him in the Dirty. That's my biggest like. This is out of nowhere, kind of like I know who he's been. We've all followed his career throughout the year. He's kind of doing the same shit from what he was doing at NWA and Impact. But
which is what baffles me about like how some of these guys is like, oh, he's just a copy of The Rock. No, he's been doing this shit.
Well, whenever someone says someone's a copy of anybody, just think of the biggest star of wrestling, where, our childhood was probably like Hulk Hogan. He was just a ripoff of Billy Graham and a bunch of other people.
Superstar Billy Graham.
Every wrestler is a ripoff of another wrestler at some point. MJF is a ripoff of the $1 Million Man or the Miz, if you want to argue that. They're all the same kind of character of money, ego, and all that stuff, and I'm better than you. It's
like MJF is a modern Ted DiBiase senior.
Yeah. So
there because Junior. I don't know.
Whenever I hear, oh, this person's a ripoff of this person, it's just like that's what wrestling's been. You try to tell me Omos wasn't a ripoff of Giant Gonzalez or some shit, or that the Young Bucks are not a ripoff of the Hardy Boys, but they elevated their style and everything, but just the look of the way the tassels and all that. That's just literally the Hardy Boys look. Like everybody is a ripoff of something. They're inspired by would be the better term to say that it's just ripped off. LA Knight just sounds like The Rock and Steve Austin. Just murder. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
He's like a mixture of both. Like he doesn't give a fuck about what people think about him and stuff like that. He'll challenge anybody. I mean, we've seen it with Bray Wyatt, even in that fucking horrible pitch black fucking match and whatever the fuck. Excuse me. Yeah. But at the same token, it's just like this guy is just super over, super incredible. And, like he's a mixture of The Rock and Stone Cold together. Like, he can talk on the mic, he can go in the ring. It's only a matter of time. He should have won Money in the Bank, really, if we're being honest about it, because then, the options that he has with either Roman or Seth, and he can go every week, both to Raw and SmackDown. LA Knight, yeah. Hey, I'm going after your fucking title eventually. Not this week, but eventually. See, like, you know what I'm saying? We already know Damian Priest is set on fucking Seth Rollins. He's honed in on Seth Rollins. That does not mean that this man cannot go ahead and cash in on Roman or some shit. But it may not even be Roman. Think about this. Whoever, whether it's a Cody, whether it's a Jay, whether it's fucking Jimmy Solo, whoever takes the title off of Roman gets their big defining moment, ending the 1,000+ day reign, only to fucking get Money in the Bank and fucking get the title taken from you.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just insane.
Like I can see Money in the Bank ending that way, or not Money in the Bank, but it happened this year. The cash in be on Roman instead of whoever on Seth. Although. Like the drama of that, like I would just have Priest randomly show up on SmackDowns, just hanging there watching the Bloodline storyline unfold, just being like at any moment, one of these guys are gonna just attack you, Roman. It's gonna be over. Another breakout stars of the year I would also like to add. It's kind of basically the Judgment Day in general with Priest and Dominic and
Dominic
Finn
Mysterio.
as well. Like they were all kind of like. They were all like, even Finn was kind of just like treading water, not really doing much. He had the big match previous year where he fell off the turnbuckle with Roman and Demon Mode, and then he kind of joined Judgment Day, and then he's kind of just like, I'm just existing until now being in a prominent role. Priest having probably the best wrestling career of his best year of his probably wrestling career, with just being considered a main event level talent, Money in the Bank. His match with Bad Bunny should have probably closed that Backlash pay-per-view, because there was nothing passing that, as it was just like the entire community, just the world was watching that at that point. So I think the Judgment Day for me will be like just like the like, oh wow, this is a big thing, to the point where they're on Raw and in like literally every segment. They go into NXT to try to draw viewers and stuff like that. Like they're now the basically Bloodline light of the WWE, as the Bloodline is the main faction storyline breakup, and Judgment Day is the faction coming up, but also kind of having their own friction and drama within the show as well.
I mean, there's been drama with the Judgment Day since its inception, right? Everybody it seems to forget that Edge is the one that originally had Priest and Rhea by his side doing heel shit, and it was incredible. Just for like to feud with Dom, to feud with Finn, to have those feuds, like it was a build up to like the Judgment Day as you see this inception now. It didn't just happen, like it happened organically. You know what I'm saying? Dom turning on his dad, like to have that incredible match that they had at WrestleMania, to fucking have Finn and everybody else in the Judgment Day prior to Dom fucking turn their back on Edge and then freaking do what they did, had the program with Beth Phoenix and Edge themselves and stuff like that. So like that was incredible. This has been a build up of Judgment Day themselves. So like what Judgment Day started out and what they are now is two different entities of what, like, you know, what it's supposed to be. The same thing can be said about the Bloodline. I hate going back to it because we know how
it's dominant. It's just dominant. It's a dominant year.
Incredible. The Blackpool Combat Club is trying to do shit like this, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is that they're in two different companies doing the damn thing, right? There's not another faction in AEW that's doing anything. Mogul affiliates, what the fuck y'all niggas doing?
I don't even know what the Mogul affiliates are. I believe it's the Mogul Embassy now, but we don't even know. It's just Swerve and Ryan Cage and everybody.
The firm is dead. Like, you know, like that's done. Fucking, there's no faction. The Elite,
the Jericho Appreciation Society, done.
Like,
in water. QTV is trash and it's done. Thank God. I hope. But it's just so many. And then so the main storyline in AEW is the Combat Club, Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite, as it currently stands, and they're going to do that at Blood and Guts. What do you think that storyline lands? I think it's I think the part of that storyline doesn't work is that it's the lack of like anybody actually caring about who wins or loses, because I think their fans are supportive of both at this point. Like, yes. I don't really think no one actually
absolutely cares. There's going to be the neckbeards that's going to be on the Elite side. There's going to be the fuck the Elite, like just for the sake of, like, you know, nothing that the Elite are doing or not doing. There's just gonna be like, oh, fuck the Elite, so I'm on Blackpool Combat Club side. Like, you know, there's gonna be those fucking douche nuggets, and then there's guys like us that don't give two fucks, just give us good ass wrestling matches. And that's kind of what AEW's downfall is that they're producing all these great matches, but they don't mean any fucking thing. We've had the same complaint since fucking Dynamite started. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Give us more.
Great matches. Great matches. We've had great matches. We need a story.
Yeah. Right now, you know, they're trying to give us a story with this Don Callis Kenny thing and Takeshita turning heel, but
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. It's kind of like, fuck him being the Black Hand. He's Paul Heyman light.
You got
the Canadian Paul Heyman. Like, it's not working.
You got CM Punk and his journey for the Owen. There's too many tournaments going on in this company. They need to put into this with the
only tournament I care about is the G1 Climax. That's coming on Friday.
Yep. So that being said, I kind of went over that. What's your future? What do you think is going to happen? It coming by the end of the year. What's going to be like your hot take? What's going to be going on next year?
Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble and goes after Roman Reigns.
That'll be next year. Technically, that'd be next year. That'd be January 2024.
This is the wrestling calendar year. I'm talking
Oh,
about the pro wrestling calendar year. You know how that goes. WrestleMania is the end. Everything else is the beginning. That's how it goes down. That's the WWE wrestling calendar year.
Didn't it spell the whole show? We're not halfway through the year. WrestleMania was only a few months ago. It's not half.
You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck. As opposed to like all of wrestling, damn, I really don't know who's gonna win this G1 this year. Normally, I could peg like, okay, this guy's gonna win the G1 and this guy's gonna win the G1. There's a lot of new faces. The Bullet Club War Dogs is in there. Fucking Alex Coughlin and Gabriel Kidd and David Finlay. David Finlay looking like he could possibly win his block. Kiyomiya is somebody that you have to watch out for in this G1. I'm super excited that Pro Wrestling Noah is even in this fucking tournament. I don't know if it's been done before. It might have been, but it wasn't like Pro Wrestling Noah. It might have been a Pro Wrestling Noah guy that was just so happened to be under contract with New Japan. But Hase and Akira and fucking Hayabusa and all them. Oh man, just him being in it is crazy. Eddie Kingston being in it, like Eddie Kingston being in the G1. I would have preferred Bryan Danielson to be in this G1, even Claudio or a fucking John Moxley again to be in this fucking G1. But hopes to next year, right?
Yeah.
The only reason why Bryan Danielson is not in the G1 climax is because Brie is a bitch and she wants to fucking be.
Nah, I think that they're like, nah, don't even. I think Tony wouldn't allow it. Like, you're getting up there in age. I'm not letting you get hurt in the G1 and tour in Tokyo when I need you here. As in, he still got hurt here. He still got hurt.
Still broke his arm, and he beat Okada clean.
That's why I got Okada winning the G1 again.
I'm so tired.
Okada's gonna win the G1. Everybody's gonna be like, Okada won again. It's gonna be Okada. I don't bet against Okada. I was looking at the thing and I'm like, none of these other people.
No Naito, no Kiyomiya, no fucking who else is in the David Finlay? Like I said, like you gotta watch out. There could be Sonata. Sonata could win the G1.
Yeah, Sonata could win. He could win. It's Okada. It's Okada. It's gonna be Okada.
I didn't have Sonata winning the world title this year.
No, me neither. No, that is a shock. That's what I was like. Oh, that happened.
Not only
I didn't get him changing his whole look.
Getting out of LIJ, and then winning the world title. Like I didn't see that coming. Jungle Boy, fuck Jungle Boy. He's not even Jungle Boy no more. He's Jack Perry. Fuck it. Nobody cares.
So for me, the future, I think I'm going to just commit to this right now. Jey Uso will be the WWE champion and be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I think
that's your hot take. That's your hot take.
That's my hot take for right now.
I got him winning the Royal Rumble.
I don't have him doing. I got Cody regaining that Royal Rumble. I got Jay having to run. Yep, Cody's gonna finish that story.
Contender match and then finish the story that way. He's got to go through his Brock Lesnar and then fucking do whatever he has to do.
He's going through a Brock phase. Everybody goes through a Brock phase.
He's got to go through a Brock phase before they fucking do any fucking thing.
So he's going to go through that. He's going to win the Rumble, and then he's going to fight whoever's the champion. It may be Roman again. I can see Roman scooping that title back up before the end of the year or whatever, but Jay having a run with it for a little bit. With that being said, the main thing that needs to get done, new tag team titles. What the fuck? Why are we lacking on that?
They have to build the division. They have to build the division. Without the Usos holding it down, there is no one.
No, I mean belts. I'm just talking about belts in general. I don't care. Just give me new belts. Brand new belts. I don't care about who's champion. Just give me new belts. I'm going to go through the comments real quick before we wrap things up on this show. Let's see. Hold on. LA Knight is just prime Zack Ryder, chill people. Hush! He was older than Zack Ryder, damn it. West and B-Boy Alpha Academy has been underrated. They've been doing their
one of the
segments,
better
like,
one of the better storylines in WWE too.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a simple ass storyline that they're just doing, and it's actually working. It entertains me, and you know what? At least giving the Viking Raiders something to do, even though they are jokes at this point. It is giving somebody something to do. A Luchador, best storyline is that, but Kenny and them have the best match. I agree. I can argue. You can argue about best match with that or MJF.
But Luchador, which one is the better match? Like, you know, there's one and then there's two. There's Forbidden Door and there's Wrestle Kingdom. Like, which one? Which is the one?
Wes is asking, Rippy Raymundo is a ripoff of who? If you've ever seen the show, God damn, what's the name of the show? I haven't seen it in so long.
Rocket Power?
Rocket Power! God damn it. That's who he is. And he's that and Rey Mysterio, if you want to go with that. Levi, MJF, and Danielson live was his highlight. No fault that. That was a great match. Also, factions need to go away. Oh, you know what?
No. There's a place for it. There's a place for it.
If you don't overkill. Don't overkill.
There can't be too many. New Japan has a system. I mean, Japan as a whole has a system of how factions are supposed to work, and they do it successfully. The Western type deal, unless you're Mexico, the Westerns they don't know how to really do that right because they always implode. They either implode too quickly or they last fucking 8,000 years too long. So.
Speaking of which, let me make an amendment to my hot take of the year. My hot take was not Jey Uso winning the championship. I totally forgot what my hot take of the year was going to be. And it was simple as this. I have the Young Bucks leaving AEW and signing with WWE. I don't know if Kenny goes with them, but I got the Young Bucks being disgruntled with this whole Punk and Tony and not being able to work.
The executive EVPs of the company.
Yes.
The people who made it, the reason why it's even called All Elite Wrestling is leaving the company and going to the fucking enemy. Are you going to the enemy? Kidding me?
I got that happening. I feel like the Bucks are just like, I'm done with this shit right here. Like, I got that happening. It wouldn't be the first time someone's done that in AEW.
You've been playing too much. You've been playing too much Fight Forever on the Nintendo Switch. That's what you do. Your brains are scrambled. Your brains are scrambled.
Or as Manny would call it, fight for 3 minutes. Luchador enjoyed the MJF and Adam Cole segment. You know, they're solid, but I don't know.
It's recycled. It's recycled. It's reused. Like
MJF is doing the same storyline.
It's reused. He did the same shit with Karrion Kross. He even cut the same promo. It's just.
Oh, you talking about Cole? I was talking about MJF. As in, he's done this. He's befriended some people, and then he's turned on them.
Yeah, we've seen it with the Jericho, the Inner Circle. We've seen it with the Pinnacle. We've seen all this.
A little bit with Punk. And I was like, "You're my hero," and he cried and got the ring. Levi, I think the Bloodline, the AEW storylines are better than WWE. Can't speak. The AEW storylines have been better than WWE. The Bloodline's the only thing worth going. Other than the
somebody does not watch NXT. Somebody does not watch NXT apparently.
Other than the Elite, I don't really see any other storylines like Captain.
Somebody has not been watching AAA.
Luchador couldn't agree more. Let's see. Luchador's declaring that him and Levi are now the tag team champions.
The LUMBERCHAT.
Yeah. Watch yourself. Levi may jump off the apron on you, Luchador, or vice versa. I can see it happening both ways. Someone has to be Dawkins or Ford at this point.
Somebody has to be Dawkins.
Someone has to be
powering through Braun Strowman while the other one is flying like fucking Rob Van Dam and shit. Oh, man. And
the match he picked Okada Omega. What? Oh wait,
just like you did. Just like you did.
No, but this is not Ospreay. This is different. I don't know what this is about. Maybe he put the wrong name. Yeah, it's the wrong maybe. I'm assuming. He got them both jumping off the I'm like, you idiot! We know I don't think we've ever had a double like I was gonna turn on you kind of moment. But that concludes the show for this week. Please leave in your comments your favorite moments, storyline, matches, characters, surprises, whatnot. And
Annie, I agree with you.
This is what he's agreeing about. Man, he should
I
blink.
don't like the direction that they're going in all fronts.
Nah, I think The Rock is no longer the option. I think The Rock is out of the option now. But that concludes it. Put your moments, comments, characters, things that you were shocked about, or things that happened. Because I believe at this point, wrestling has never been hotter, but also, man, like storyline wise, man, never been better. To be honest, people go back to the Attitude Era. You go like,
this is probably gonna be the new generation of golden age in pro wrestling.
Yeah, because so many new stars are coming up, and so many people are having great matches. It's like, oh, this is like, this is what it's making.
People are on an uptick. People are turning their careers around. Trinity and Impact, fucking Nick Aldis is in Impact. He's trying to win the world championship again. Alex Shelley is the world champion in Impact Wrestling. Tyrus is the world champion in NWA.
Tyrus man killed NWA.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like since he became champion, NWA's buzz
has diminished. And it's crazy because he's on Fox News every week with that world title.
It's just like I don't think no one's right.
It's the MAGAs. It's the MAGAs and neckbeards, bro. It's the MAGAs and neckbeards.
The NWA and Impact as well are going to have to try to find a face of their company, because I think both of them are both scrounging looking for who's that person is going to be their main star. Like they started up Steve Macklin, but they kind of went away from that already. Will it be Nick Aldis for Impact? I doubt it. NWA, I don't know what they're gonna do, to be honest. MLW, as you said, they're going away from Hammerstone to Alex Kane. So we'll see where they're going.
Don King is their Paul Heyman. It's crazy. Don King in 2023.
Don King is still alive. Is insane.
Oh man. Julia, New Japan Strong, women's champion.
Yeah. People just watch Stardom. It's good wrestling. It's really good wrestling. When you go like, if you don't get your women's fix, just go to Stardom. Like, oh, women do wrestle and actually have characters and stuff.
Yeah, don't watch that AJ Lee. I mean, I'm not gonna say don't watch it. It's just hard to watch.
You can say don't watch it. I tried watching it, going like,
it's hard to watch. It's so hard. It reminds me of Glow, and Glow was better. I'm talking like the 80s Glow, like Godiva and Dominique.
This does not like you. I put it on and I was like, let's see what's going on here. I was like, oh, this is just bad. Like there's not even like laughable enjoyment. I want something to be bad to be like, oh, this is funny.
Have you seen the white rapper from New Orleans?
Yeah. See it all. People get on Lacey Evans as a black girl doing the same gimmick.
You name your son Levi. You name your son you name your jeans after jeans. Yo. She was dissing you, Levi, dog, man.
But yeah.
Damn. El Luchador says that fucking Kenny Omega should fuck it and get the bag for retirement.
I mean, it's easier to get the bag for WWE. You ain't falling on your head. He's already had the class. What else does he need to prove in wrestling? Other than
the WWE
I can do that shit. I can do that Shinsuke. I can go that Shinsuke route. I'm just getting the bag. I can just do anything. But honestly, there's big business if he would go to WWE. Bloodline and the Elite, just in general. If you team, again, you don't even need this part of it, but Cody and the Elite with Kenny and the Bucks against a reuniting Bloodline at War Games.
Or brand new Bloodline. They can get some somebody.
Whichever way you shoot it. Or the Usos begging their cousin, hey, we need your help the fucking elite is taking over WWE.
You want me to help
You
you?
want me to go back and help you. You got rid of me. And like I can see that happen. And now you coming to me. Like I can see that story being played out. It's too much of a dream match. Like people talk about dream matches. That's one of those like, fuck, this is a dream match. Like this is not supposed to happen. Legit. So tune in. I think we might be off next week. I think we were all taking the week off. Me, Eric, Manny, and what you call. We're going to take. I think it was this week, but we moved it to next week. So next week we may not be on, but tune in to the week after where we will probably be covering more of the G1 or whatnot and see
Just
what's
people
going
on
on.
this show, the Mid Card Mess podcast. I sporadically, put stuff out there. I will be covering the G1 in its entirety, so don't worry about that. It'll be consistent. Like days that it happened, I'm gonna drop G1 shit on it, and I'm going full detail.
Full detail. The full details. Your rims are getting clean.
Week by week.
We cleaning the rims. We redoing your leather in your seats. Full detail. But yeah, tune in for that. And then tune in tomorrow where we cover NXT and AEW's Dynamites on the Untitled Mania Market Show. Or as the I believe you in the chat or whoever put it, the Dumbs.
The Dumbs.
The Dumbs come on.
FIFA. We're gonna do it in FIFA, Manny. Oh, it's not FIFA no more. It's FC now. EA FC. Yeah.
I didn't even know they changed that over. Did not know that.
Did you not see the trailer?
No. Clearly, I did not see the trailer, Jamal. If I did not know they changed their name,
I'm sitting here watching all types of showcases and shit.
No, I know nothing about the latest.
I saw the PlayStation showcase. I just saw the Xbox showcase where they're doing the ID Xbox, which is like the indie developer. That's what the ID stands for, Xbox. Yep. So yeah, got some good games coming out. But yeah, EAFC is coming.
That's not a bad day. That's not a bad day. This is breaking news to me. Not a bad day. Like if we go, oh, that's what just happened to FIFA. Oh. I wonder if it involved, FIFA asking for money, or I don't know what it could honestly be, but why they changed it. I'm not going to even speculate. I'm not because I haven't, paid attention. Last time I played a Sun game was probably winning 11.
I'm waiting for fucking this live game to come out or this live game to come out for fucking golf live tour or whatever.
Which is now the PGA with the shadiest merger, and I hate them all. I hate them all.
Christ, holy shit. Nah, the merger with Endeavor was crazy. Surprised they don't fucking have.
Hey, I bring this up. These TV deals may be a serious deal. I know that Warner Bros. Discovery is going to offer AEW the bag, but I've seen people get betrayed the bag before to go join the E. Like ECW back in the day on TNA got stabbed right in the back for the WWE. It was like, oh, we can get y'all. Like if WWE is, because they have open, to shoot out their products anywhere, Raw and SmackDown. If they go to, the WB or Warner Bros. Discovery and be like, yo, we're interested. What y'all throwing at us? What you throwing at them? Shoot, we work more than them. And be like, fuck, they could really stab AEW in the back. And, they already have someone brought up, they have a relationship already with Dana White, who, brought his slap fighting to Warner Bros. Discovery. That shit.
The shit ever.
They can't believe that show's a show. I can't believe that's on TV. I can't believe that's on TV. But
niggas is champions. They got nicknames and everything. This shit is hilarious.
We will see what his pending sale has to do. Because it's still pending, apparently. This pending sale has to do with the TV deals. TV deals will be the big deal in the thing. Do I think Warner Bros. Discovery is going to stab AEW in the back and be like, hey, let's try to get that WWE? Nah, I don't see that happening. But damn, I would be pissed. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm on the phone all day just cursing people. I'm your fucking mailman. Why are you yelling at me? Because they're fucking bullshit. This is bullshit.
All right, guys, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, go peep out the Untitled Mania Market Show tomorrow, Wednesday. It's going to be my co-host over here, and Lord Manny Hayes. They're gonna be discussing NXT and everything Dynamite, AEW. Yeah, man, just peep all of our stuff. Watch the shorts. I know Manny got like stopped.
Manny got shorts for the past 20 years. We're all gonna be dead and go, and Manny's gonna have a short coming out, and it's gonna be like, wait,
it's like clockwork.
Yeah, like, why is that coming out now? And that's the one that blows up. Like, damn it. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Goodbye, y'all. Goodbye.